and he did not used to bear any grudges to anyone. And he was totally aloof from this material activities. He was always meditating on the Lord, not attached to anything. Meanwhile, what happened is there were some dacoits staying in the area, and the leader of that dacoit, he was a Shudra. And he wanted to perform a yajna to Bhadrakali to get a good son. But if you want to do yajna to Bhadrakali to get a good son, then you have to sacrifice a bali, human bali. Human being in sacrifice. So they caught a very healthy human being from sacrifice, but that person, he ran away in the night. He ran away their control in the night. So this leader got again worried. He said, quickly, go and find out another victim. So these dacoits were going in the middle of the night. They were searching for the right person, and Jad Bharat was standing as a scarecrow. He was very, very strong and like elephant, very healthy. And this dacoit said, oh, where can we find this person? This is the best. He is even better than the previous one. Very healthy. So we will get him. And they caught him and they bound him by the ropes. And they took him to their hideout. And the dacoit, the king dacoit was very happy. And he said that now you bathe him nicely and feed him sumptuously. Give him nice food. He will, we cannot offer a weakling to Bhadrakali. She should be pleased. So they fed him very nicely. They covered his body with chandana and garland. You see him sitting on the top. They put garlands on his neck and they decorated him very nicely. And then they started worshipping Kali. They offered incense and lamps and parched grain and twigs and fruit. And then they started playing drums and bugles. And finally Jad Bharat was brought in front of Kali and he said, sit down, now is the time. And then the chief priest, he made a very sharp and fierce sword. He came out with that, and so that he could offer Jad Bharat's blood as a liquor for Bhadrakali to drink. In that way, this is a very, very mode of ignorance. This kind of it is. So the sacrifice of human beings. So anyway. Unfortunately, the dacoit did not know that Jad Bharat is not an ordinary person. He is very dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. He is a very advanced soul. The Lord is always protecting him. So when the sword, he picked up the sword, and just when he was going to come and kill Jad Bharat's head, immediately there was a huge sound, and the deity of Kali broke into two parts. Boom! There was a big sound, and the deity broke into two parts. And Bhadrakali came out in such a ferocious manner. She personally came actually. She personally came out in a very, very blazing form. So much light, intolerable effulgence was coming out, and the infuriated goddess, with her eyes, she displayed her fierce and the curved teeth. She assumed a form as if she felt as if she is going to destroy the whole of creation. And then she took that sharp sword if that person was going to kill Jad Bharat, and she beheaded the head of the king of the dacoits. She killed him, and then she took the sword and she started killing all the other dacoits and all Bhadrakali's other friends, the female friends, the ghosts and the demons. They also came. They started drinking the blood of the dacoits from their heads. They were enjoying that, and they were playing with the heads of the dacoits like football, kicking their heads here and there. In that way, very ghastly scene occurred. But Jad Bharata was protected. So it is said that Mare Krishna Rakhe Krishna, Mare ke. If Krishna wants to protect you, nobody can harm you. And if Krishna wants to harm you, then who can protect you? No one can protect you. So why are we afraid? We should never be afraid. We should always be in the protection of Lord Gauranga Krishna. If He wants to protect us, then nobody can harm us. And if He wants us to be killed, then anyway nobody can protect us. Then When doctors conduct an operation, they think that they have saved a life, but actually Krishna wanted him to live longer. Then only they can prolong his life. So if the Lord wants to protect us, then nobody can kill us. So Bharat had that faith, Jad Bharat. And then the Lord protected. Even the Devatas, they protect the Lord's devotees. Even though the devotees don't worship all the Devatas, because there are 33 crores of demigods. How many demigods you will worship? 33 crores. Have you that many days to live? 33 crores days. If you worship one demigod every day, still you will not be able to worship all the demigods. So the real intelligence is to directly worship Krishna, the source of all the demigods. So then Krishna will protect us, and the demigods also will be very happy. Even though Jad Bharat was not worshipping Bhadrakali directly, still Bhadrakali came for the protection of Jad Bharat, because the demigoddesses always serve the Vaishnavas, the devotees. So then Jad Bharat came out, and when he came out of the cave of the dacoits, at that time the king was actually going in a palanquin. He was going to Kailas ashram, one place in the Himalayas. He was sitting in a palanquin and he was going. But unfortunately, his name was King Rahugana. Unfortunately, in the palanquin, one carrier of the palanquin, he had become very weak and sick, though they had to leave him behind. So they were searching for another servant who can carry the palanquin. So at that time, then we saw Jad Bharat coming out. Very strong. So immediately they said, Jad Bharat, come on, hold the palanquin. So Jad Bharat caught the palanquin on one side. He was totally aloof from the... So immediately he did as he was told, and he carried the palanquin. But the problem was, being a great soul, he was very, very much kind to all the living entities. He did not even want to kill an ant. So when he was walking, carrying the palanquin, he was constantly looking down. If there was any ant, he would make a jump. Whenever some ant would come, he would make a jump. How many ants we kill daily? We have no count. But Jad Bharat did not even want to kill an ant. Paradukha Dukhi. He was always seeing the dukkha of other souls, living entities. So when he was jumping, then this king also sitting on the chariot, he was also always getting jumps and bumps very regularly. So he looked down at those sevakas and said, what nonsense you are doing? Why can't you carry properly? I gave you enough food to eat. Why are you acting in such a way? And they said, my dear king, we are not the problem. This new person who has come, this new servant, he is always jumping and I don't know why he is doing like this. So the king said, first of all, the king taunted Jad Bharat. He said, Jad Bharat, you appear to be very fatigued. You can't even carry this. I think that it is due to your old age. You have become very old or what? What is the thing? Then Jad Bharat did not reply. He was happy meditating on the Lord. But again he was keeping on jumping because so many ants were coming. The other three, they did not care for the ants. They were all Shudras. They would crush the ants like anything. But Jad Bharat was becoming a devotee. Daya automatically comes. That quality of daya, mercy automatically comes in the heart of the devotee when one starts chanting. So ultimately Rahugana became very angry and he said, you rascal, don't you know I am your master? If you don't carry my palanquin properly, I will punish you like Yamaraj punishes sinful people, and you will never be able to see the light of the day. In that way, when Rahugana was speaking like that, Jad Bharat looked at him and he said, whom are you going to punish? You are going to punish my body or me? I am different from my body. What you are talking about is my body. But I am the Atma. I am the spirit soul inside the body. You said I am not stout and strong. Actually you are right. Because my body is stout and strong. But my soul is not. So, my dear king, before you have become a king, but you are so foolish, you do not know the distinction between the body and the soul. So, Jada Bharat started speaking about Atma Gyan, spiritual knowledge to Rahuguna. The body may be fat or thin, but the learned man would never say such a thing about the spirit soul. Bodily and mental distresses, hunger, thirst, fear, desires, old age, sleep, attachment are all transformations of the body, but they do not touch or affect the soul, my dear king. So your taunting, your insults are not touching me, they are not affecting me. I am very happy situated in my meditation of the Supreme Lord. I must inform you, my dear king, that we are all servants. You think that I am your servant, next life you will become my servant. So actually we are all servants of the Supreme Lord. Don't think that I am your servant and you are my master. You are in illusion. And immediately when Rahuguna heard this, Rahuguna jumped down from the palanquin and he offered Dandavat. He caught the feet of Jada Bharat, said, you are a great soul. You are covering yourself. You are hiding yourself. And I did not recognize you. And I am very, very sorry. Please forgive me. I have insulted you and I have not recognized your greatness. Please instruct me on the science of spiritual knowledge. Rahuguna asked a very interesting question to Jada Bharat. He says that, okay, if the body is becoming diseased, then why are we feeling pain? The soul is not becoming diseased. If we get disease or if we get pain, then why are we suffering? The soul is different from the body, so we should not suffer. So what is your answer?
Identified so much with the body.
Yes. Because the soul is identified with the body. Just like one rich man was traveling in the car and the car got an accident. But the rich man, thinking the car to be his own car, he came out and started shouting. He felt as if he has got an accident. Because he was identifying with the car. Similarly, we identify so much with the body. That is why when the body is even cold and hot, and insult and honor, dishonor, all these dualities, they affect us so much that it touches our soul also. Because the soul is identifying with the body. Here Bharat Maharaj, he was totally on the spiritual platform, the platform of self-realization. One realizes the body is just a vehicle for the soul. So he was not at all affected. In that way he taught Rahugana the science of self-realization, and he completely forgave him and he blessed him to become a great devotee. In that way Jada Bharat described the whole journey of the soul to Maharaj Rahugana. We don't have time for the further philosophies, but I am describing in brief the teachings. Now I will come to a very frightening part of the 5th canto of Shrimad Bhagvatam, and please do not get very fearful, because this is the Vedic scriptures and we have to know this thing. Because if we don't know it now, after death we will come to know. So better we be in knowledge, we try to understand what is going to be the reactions of our activities. Isaac Newton said, for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So in the Bhagavatam very scientifically describes what is going to be the reaction for each and every action. There are 14 planetary systems. Out of that 7 are below, 7 are up. And out of the 7 below planetary system, the lowest one is the Patal Loka. And below the Patal Loka there are 28 kind of Narak Lokas, which are made for those souls who do a particular papa in this human life. They are sent to a particular form of Narak Loka. Above Narak Loka is a Pitru Loka, which is managed by Yamaraj. And any soul who does a lot of sinful activity, first the soul is carried by the Yamadutas to Yamaraj in Pitru Loka, and then Yamaraj puts him in the corresponding Narak Loka as per the papa which we have committed. Now I will briefly describe you the 28 kind of Naraka Lokas. So please listen carefully. One who appropriates another's legitimate wife, children or money is thrown into a first kind of Narkaloka, which is known as Tamishra. In that Tamishra, he is starved and is given no water, and he is beaten by the Yamadutas till he falls unconscious. That is the first Narkaloka. Tamishra it is called. The second, one who slyly cheats another man and then enjoys his wife and children, is put into a hell known as Andha Tamishra. In Andha Tamishra, the sinful being is subjected to such extreme misery that he loses his intelligence and sight. And that is why the planet is named Andha Tamishra, because we become blind there. We get so much punishment there. And the third Narkaloka is one who works very hard, but then he commits unnecessary violence upon others to maintain his body and the body of others. He is thrown into a hell known as Raurava. And in Raurava, there are animals known as Rurus, specific animals which are made. And these Rurus, they inflict severe pain, they bite us, they keep on eating at our bodies. In going to Narkaloka, we are given such a kind of a subtle body which will not die, even though we will suffer great suffering, that body will not die. So it is a specific kind of body which we get in this hellish planets. Persons who live by hurting others, they go to a hell known as Maharaurava, where the Ruru animals called Kravyada, they torment him and eat their flesh. The cruel persons who cook poor animals and birds alive for the satisfaction of their tongues, these people, they go to a Naraka known as Kumbi Paka. In Kumbi Paka, they are put in a pot which is boiling oil, and they are given a nice frying. They are fried in oil. They are cooked in boiling oil. And the killer of those who kill the Brahmanas are put in a hell known as Kala Sutra, where their surface is made up of copper at 10,000 yojanas, is 80,000 miles in circumference. And being heated from the fire from below and the scorching sun from above, the copper surface of the planet becomes very hot. And the killer of that Brahmana, he burns very heavily, he cannot go anywhere. Hunger and thirst. Sometimes he lies, sometimes he sits, he cannot, the ground is burning, the top is burning, he cannot go anywhere. And for that many thousands of years, if suppose we kill a cow for eating, satisfying our tongue, so we suffer in Kumbi Path for that many thousands of years, for that many hairs are there on the body of that cow. You can imagine how much time would that? How many hairs are there in the body of the cow? Anybody has calculated? Thousands and millions. A person who deviates from the Vedic path in the absence of the emergency is put in a hell known as Asipatravana, where Yamadutas beat him with the whips. And then he runs to the palm trees that have leaves like sharpened swords. So even if he runs into the palm trees, the swords go and enter inside his body, causing him severe injury. And he will say, what shall I do now? A sinful king of the government representative who actually exploits innocent people, they are thrown by the Yamadutas in the hell known as Sukaramukha, where he is crushed as sugarcane, like sugarcane, and juice comes out. That person is crushed like sugarcane. He is squeezed to attract the when he cries out very painfully, then he is punished. Low-grade living beings such as mosquitoes, they suck the blood of human beings, but they are unaware that their bites are painful. So in that way, those who are tormenting other beings, they are put in a hell known as Andhakupa, where they are attacked by birds, beasts, and reptiles, mosquitoes, flies and worms. And they are tortured for their whole life. And one who eats the food immediately without after receiving it, and without dividing it among the guests, aged and the children, is like a crow. So such a person is put in a hell known as creamy bhojana. This creamy bhojana is 100,000 yojanas wide, and the sinful being, it has to become a worm in the lake for 100,000 years, and there is nothing to eat except the worms in the lake. One has to eat those worms and one has to leave. One who steals jewels or golds from other person, in the absence of emergency, is put in a hell known as Shandams. There his skin is torn and separated by red hot iron balls and tongs, and his entire body is to pieces. Yeah, he's stealing. This is Shadapshat Naraka. This guy is putting the knife on his head and he's stealing. And his bull, the tongs of fire are put in his stomach and all over his body. So, do you want to hear all of them? I don't want to hear. So,
recently one picture had come. Very beautiful one. It is called Aniyan in Tamil. About 3 of these papas, what we do, what is the thing, what punishment you get. And a man takes it in his hand and he gives the punishment. It is beautifully taken. People must see that picture. After seeing that picture, I was so much taken up. And even those people who commit their sins will try to change themselves. It is such a...
That is why the descriptions are given.
The theme is very good.
Yes. So either we experience them ourselves or we hear Bhagvatam and rectify ourselves. What do we want to do?
We have to rectify.
Yeah. There is if you drink liquor, then you are another kind of naraka. There is molten fire is put in your mouth. You have to drink molten fire. And if you try to have sex outside marriage or with other people's wives or husbands and like that, then you will have to embrace molten form of a woman or a man as per what you have done, and to embrace for thousands of years. So it is very, very frightening, but these are all fact because many people have recorded near-death experiences. Nowadays they come back at the time of death. They have seen the Yamadutas, happening, and some of them have even seen the Narkalokas. Recently, Rajtak television serial came about a person who died, and then he went to Yamaraj, and Yamaraj said, no, he's the wrong person, his uncle is the right man. So he was taken back, and around 200 kilometers away his uncle was staying. He died immediately. And he came back and related all the Yamadutas, how they looked, and the journey of 99,000 yojanas from the earth to the Yamloka, we have to cross within a few minutes. And the road is very rough, and the Yamadutas, they bind us with the ropes. And there are fires on all sides, and vultures and hawks and all that are flying all around, and it's very, very horrible. Srila Prabhupada used to say that there are 3 kinds of thieves. One thief, he knows that by stealing, I am going to get punished. But he still goes and steals, and then he gets punished. And then he goes to jail, and he gets severely beaten up. Then he comes back and again he steals. It's totally foolish, he doesn't learn. There is a second kind of thief who steals, and when he gets caught, he learns by experience that in the jail it is very suffering. They are beating me. Then he comes out and stops stealing. That is a little more intelligence. But the first kind of thief, very most intelligent, he hears, that person is stolen, and he got to the jail and he was beaten up severely, so I will stop stealing now. So that is what we have to do. Like Bhagvatam, we have to hear from Bhagvatam and immediately put it in our life. Otherwise, if we wait to experience that, it will be too late. We don't want to experience all these things. And in the course of our life, we have committed so many sins, which separately, if we are going to suffer, we are going to suffer for thousands of years. So the best way is to put an end to all the sins in one shot. And that is to chant the name of God. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Nityananda Gaur. Papam tavat kartum na shaknoti patakam pataki nara. Namnat ye yavati shakti papa nirharane hare. In the Purana it is said, one name of Krishna, one name of Nityananda and Gauranga can destroy that many sins which we cannot commit in our life. Even though we start committing sins right from our birth to our death, but one name of God chanted sincerely can destroy that many sins which we cannot even commit. So who will not be intelligent and to take up the chanting of the name of the Lord? Who will take up the chanting? Please raise your hands. Everyone. That is why we have to hear Bhagavatam. Because without hearing Bhagavata, we do not understand the value of the human form of life. We waste it. We do not chant. We give priority to our other activities in our life. We run after money and everything else. But we don't know after death is not in our control what kind of destination awaits us. So we have to spare time to prepare for our death, to prepare for our journey after death. Either we go up to Vaikuntha or down to hell. We cannot remain in the middle. My Param Guru Bhaktiratna Sadhu said, you can't remain a gentleman in this world. Either you fall in Maya, suffer, or you go to Vaikuntha. There is no middle path here. So either you chant the name of God or you experience the hell as it is. So I think all of us have decided to choose the first path. That is why we are here. So it's already 9:15. So today we end the 5th canto of Shrimad Bhagvatam. And now we have another 7 cantos remaining. Only 2 days remaining. So only by the miracle of Lord Krishna, only we will be able to complete. Tomorrow we will take on the 6th canto. We will see the beautiful story of Ajamila, how the tower of the name of God. And then 7th canto we will see the pastime of Nrsimhadev. 8th canto we will see the Lila of Lord Vamanadev. 9th canto we will see the pastime of Lord Ramachandra. And 10th canto we will directly see the face of God, the Supreme Lord Krishna. We will hear about his divine pastimes. And then the 11th and 12th canto. So in that way, I don't know, maybe next 2 days how we should do. Start a little earlier. If possible, Bangalore, it is not possible to start earlier because everybody is working. Can we extend the Bhagavad Katha to Sunday? Normally 7 days is